I just got off the phone with a student and they experienced something that I have heard about so many times. And it makes me really crazy. And I just was like, I'm going to turn on the camera and share some thoughts about this with my channel because I just don't want this to happen to anyone else. Okay, so if this is your first time on the channel, this is probably not a typical video of mine. While I am passionate about subjects, maybe not this worked up. So hang in there. My name is Alice. I am a doula, a childbirth educator, and I help people have positive birth experiences. And one of the things that makes me so crazy that I just witnessed and was part of is when a doctor dashes the ideas and the birth plan for no reason of a family preparing for birth. This is the scenario. Okay, and also I'm saying doctor, sometimes it's a midwife, but usually what I've heard is with the doctor. So here's the scenario. Family is planning on having a natural birth, desiring to go without intervention, desiring to go without getting an epidural, trying not to get pain medication, would like to go into labor on their own. Usually has done a lot of research and reading about it and, put in a lot of effort into their idea. And they go to, one of their appointments. In this case, they weren't as a team because the hospital policy is not allowing partners right now to go to appointments, but they present their birth plan to their provider, to their doctor, and mentions that they'd like to avoid an epidural, go natural, and their doctor just basically kills their dreams by saying something like, I see that this is what you want to do, but you really need to be open to an epidural because labor is really hard and you really don't know how much pain it's going to be. So if you don't prepare a lot and you don't have a labor that goes really smoothly, you need to be open to an epidural. So, plan on getting one probably, even if you say that you don't. Because, I hate when people are disappointed and they want to go natural and then they aren't able to, and so they're so disappointed. So, if you maybe just plan on getting an epidural and then if things work out that you don't have to and you're able to go natural, then that's great. What? Why does this have to go this way? I do not understand. And I have heard this so many times. I will be working with doula clients who experience this conversation and, they have different reactions to it. Sometimes they get mad at their provider, like, how dare they question my preferences? It doesn't matter about the health of the baby, whether or not I get an epidural or I want to go natural. So there's anger. But the thing that just kills me is when people start doubting their own preferences because their care provider is doubting them, is not supportive, and that's what makes me so mad. And I want to use this analogy that just, to me, sums it all up, okay? Let's picture that this same couple, this woman is wanting to run a marathon. It's her first time. Maybe she doesn't run marathons normally. She's just a new runner, but she has her sights set. In 9 months, she is going to run a marathon. First one. And she talks to someone who has knowledge of running and a marathon, and they tell her, no, you should probably just give up. You're not going to be able to do it. You're going to have to stop at mile 20, so just don't do it. I mean, does that ever happen? No, very rarely, right? When so many people do things that require physical endurance, require training, require a mindset, mental stamina, whether they are doing long hikes, whether they're doing running, endurance running. I had a client that was a kayaker, that physically endurance. Any type of activity that requires pushing past difficult challenges, being mentally prepared. People don't usually dash their hopes. Like, yeah, why would you do that? And it makes me crazy when people dash the hopes of someone wanting to go natural. Now, it's a different thing if you give them some information, like say you're the doctor and someone says they want to go natural and you say, it's really hard. What I've seen is that if you take a childbirth class and you get a doula, you are more likely to go natural. Or let's make sure you try to labor at home, because laboring at home can really increase the likelihood of going natural. That I love. I'll take that all day long. But just to immediately say someone is stupid and why would they do it and it's too hard, they don't know anything really about you. I mean, they know about your health history, but do they know about the hike that you did years ago? Do they know about the hike that you did that was super hard, but you pushed through and you made it to the summit? I mean, it makes me crazy. So here's the deal. If you desire going natural, great. That is your preference. And you have every right to that. And if you don't, great. You have every right to that too. That's what's so awesome about birth these days, is that you really have options and you can choose either of those, and they're both safe for the baby. It's really more about what your choice is. And if you choose that you want to go natural and somewhere along the way you get a wild card or something comes up, you get a really long labor, it's not what you're expecting. If you are an hour into your birth or you are 30 hours into your labor and birth and you say, I've changed my mind, I want an epidural, that's okay too. All of this is okay. And I would love for people to stop judging people's ideas about birth. So the other thing is, if you're someone who's curious about going natural and you're kind of on the fence, but you don't have anyone supporting you, maybe you don't know anyone who has gone without an epidural. Maybe all of your friends have had epidurals. Maybe your family has, and now you have a doctor that suggests one, but it doesn't sound right to you. Listen to that thought. Put a comment in the comment below and let me know where you are in your thinking. There are people that can support doulas, childbirth educators, YouTube channels that can support your ideas and your thoughts and help you set yourself up for the biggest success. But if you find yourself in the position like I am ranting about right now, where you have expressed a desire for a birth and you have felt like you're not getting the support from your care provider, they have just dashed your ideas or just not been supportive of them, I don't know, you might want to change care providers. Not kidding. Or talk to the other ones in your practice and see, is everybody on the same page here? Because not all care providers are the same. And it might be that if you just change practices to someone at the same hospital, but maybe it's someone else, they're going to be your cheerleader and not the one telling you that you're stupid. Not kidding. So talk about that. Think about that. I would love to answer any questions that you have on this topic. I try to answer every comment that I get, so put a comment below. Do not be afraid to have your own strong opinions about labor and your preferences, and don't let anybody, whether it's your doctor or family and friends, talk you out of an idea that you have or a preference that you had. No more. They can just zip it. Okay. Hey, thanks for joining me. Talk to you next time, guys. Bye. Maybe I won't rant as much next time. But I might. We'll see.